Good morning, everyone. So you can see I'm kind of tired right now, but I got my lemonade caffeine thing. Oh wow, that is trippy. So I'll survive, but going live with Pepsi shortly. Just waiting on him to call me. So I decided to go completely live this time. Thought it'd be a lot more exciting. Figured out the technology a little bit. Unfortunately, I still haven't figured out a way to internally record on WhatsApp. So what I'm gonna do is edit and kind of remaster and remaster the audio in Ableton, export it, and then re-upload it so people can listen to it at a higher quality level. But I think this is really fun because it's live, and yeah, it just adds that component of excitement because Pepsi's. And I know he's gonna be excited to hear from us. So anybody joining, I'm glad you guys do. Just check it on this mic. Mic levels look good. Audio levels. So later on today, COVID Roundtable is back. I know some people are going to be excited about that. Having George Webb and Paul Cottrell on the show. Also, follow me on Instagram, guys, if you haven't already. Just Addy Ads. Twitter, too. One Addy Ads. Or Daddy Addy Ads. For my old one. But I don't know. I just saw. I have two accounts, but that's kind of my personal account. So, I mean, it used to be. It's not really anymore. So, if anybody has questions for Pepsi, put them in the chat. I will definitely ask them to him. We're definitely going to be talking about the riots. We're going to be talking about race. We're going to be talking about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. We're going to be talking about my president, not his president, but president of the States. And we'll be talking about his leaders too, I'm sure, as well. So I'm excited. I really am. And gonna get Sam Samworth on soon as well. I was supposed to chat with him earlier today, but hopefully we can do it either tonight or tomorrow. I think tomorrow might work better. We're gonna get a nice long chat in with the prison guard from Yorkshire, England, our favorite screw, Mr. Samworth. I don't mind screw me. Thanks for checking in, guys. Max Dog, Carolyn, Shogun, Mancy. What's up, Chopping Logs? I've been getting used to seeing Sam on a Sunday. Yeah, I've been trying to keep it a routine. I like to keep things like that. I'm gonna get the round table back going again, guys. Too. I just needed kind of a rebound time. Really, really crazy time in. I mean, everybody's life right now, not just mine, but especially mine. I mean, I'm moving again to another state. Got another new job. I actually had moved here before the pandemic, not knowing that the pandemic was going to be, coming. So yeah, I've caught up though. I'm catching up all the time. Choose a life, not a knife. Shout out to Darren G. I don't know if anybody saw that podcast on Sean's channel. Wow, that was phenomenal. That was electric, man. That podcast that's going to be one of his top podcasts of all time, I think, that Sean has done. And I know he's going to have him on again. Really excited for that. I messaged Darren, Mr. G, and I told him I would love to interview him next time I'm in England, which Probably won't be until next year, at the very soonest. So that's unfortunate, but choose a life, not a knife. He's got a great message. I would highly recommend people go and check out Sean's podcast with Danny G's older brother, one of his older brothers. And yeah, really smart dude. Really somatic dude too. He's real. He's a stud, man. You just he has this presence about him. It's like big cat energy. You know, he's got this ability to be alone. You can feel he doesn't need you. But you know, if you can feel the danger almost like emanating through the computer screen. But he seems like a really awesome guy because of his message that he's trying to deliver, and yeah, it's protecting children. Are you talking about Sean Chaplain Logs or Darren? I'm assuming you're talking about Sean. I don't know. I was just watching Mr. Wedger's channel before. I actually I was watching. I was so into it, and I looked at the time. I was like, "Oh my god, I gotta get on," because yeah, I was just I lost track of time. How's everyone doing? I know it's been a crazy week with the riots. I actually haven't even checked out any of the footage from last night. I'll do that later today if you guys want to join me on that journey. And I just do it for fun. I mean, not that I enjoy seeing those violent videos, but I mean, I don't. Most of my videos get demonetized. I never explained that yet. I was gonna make a video explaining demonetization, but I don't know. I would say at least half of them get demonetized, and a good handful as well get. It's called limited monetization, which basically means that the only time you get any money or it's monetized is when the viewer or the user who's watching the video uh, is a YouTube premium subscriber, which most people are not. Oh hell yeah! I'm looking forward to that, man. I'm really looking forward to that. I mean, Sean he's top quality. I call him the head of the Jedi Council. So yeah, in John is definitely you know one of those Jedi masters on the council too. So um, appreciate that, Carolyn. Yeah, I was watching John Wedger's talking to what's the dude's name? Wilfred Wong, who is also on Sean's channel as well. And another great podcast I would recommend people check out. That one was, man, that one was hard to watch though. I had to watch that in like I had to like take breaks, go back to it. Like I couldn't like watch it for as long as I usually do watch podcasts. What the hell? That's fucked up, dude. Fucking cockroaches, man. Excuse my language, people. She's a testimony. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Let me see that. Oh, well, we should have you on then, Carolyn. I didn't... Nancy, how's it going? So yeah, Pepsi is calling soon, guys. Just getting warmed up. You know, I overslept a bit this morning, but I've been behind on sleep this week. But I'm caught up now, so I'm gonna have a smashing weekend. Really productive. I'm looking forward to it. And just hope the sun comes out later. A little chilly this morning, but give me a minute here, guys. I'm gonna put on some music, and to be honest, I gotta get some socks on. My feet are getting chilly. So let's get some music going. You can find a stream. There we go. Oh, sorry about that. Did not want that. Let's try calm. Yeah, calm. There we go. All right, give me a sec as I get my socks on. Pull this up. In the back. Play some Anderson .Paak. Oh, I would love to, but then I get demonetized. But I suppose I could, and then yeah, I'll just edit it out later. It's not like I make that much money anyways. Pepsi do more. 48 laws. Oh, hell yeah. Definitely, that would be awesome. Oh, there he is. There he is. Give me a sec here, guys. Hey, Pepsi.
Yeah, you're on it, okay?
Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Can you hear me, Bob?
Yeah, Pepsi. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm very well, thanks for asking. Yeah, can you hear me? Does it sound good, yeah?
Yeah. Give me a sec here, Peps. I'm gonna turn off my camera. There we go. Okay, that is much better. So yeah, how are you doing, man? We're actually live, Pepsi. I switched up the format a little bit. I just thought it would be a little more exciting. So what I'm gonna do is we'll go live now, and then I'm gonna edit the audio later, make it a little, just clean it up a bit, and make it a little more high quality if people want that.
Yeah, that sounds awesome, man. So we're live now, yeah?
Yeah, we are. We got 11 people watching right now. Got Max Dog just said hey, popped his comment up on the screen. But how's your week been, or a couple weeks been, man? Because we didn't get to talk last week.
Yeah, no, it's awesome to speak to. I've got about 50 or 60 minutes, Addy, if that's good with you. I've got an update for you. I've got a couple of things to talk about. We're going to talk about the Global Prison Book Donation Project, World Criminal Justice, and George Flynn, the killing of George Flynn. And I've also got an address. I've got an address for the civil rights movement in America regards the killing of George Flynn. How does that sound for you?
Yeah, definitely, Pepsi. Floyd, you mean, right? George Floyd?
Floyd, yeah, not George Flynn.
Yeah, definitely. I was looking forward to asking you about that.
By this phenomenon that is George Floyd, and how it's kind of just spread across the world. So last couple of weeks have been good, man. This place is toxic, dangerous, violent, self-harming. There's been a spate of suicides across the prison estate in England and Wales at the minute because of the mental health problem being increased because of the COVID-19 23-hour lockdown. I want to give a mention to, like I was saying last time, say a word about victims of crime across the entire spectrum. All people who are affected by crime, street crime, burglary, robbery, violent crime, the whole spectrum. And just again to encourage these people within our society to reach out to us, man, and so we can use our resources to give you a platform and have your voice heard. My message to victims of crime is that your voice is important and your voice matters. I want to give mention as well to the London Met Police call handlers taking 999 emergency calls, frontline prison officers in the UK who are unsung heroes contributing to driving our country forward at the time of this national emergency, that is COVID. The Global Prison Book Donation Project is live, it's up and running. I've sent messages out to Russell and Blackman. I'll send you another update as well, Addy. So we're looking to get our first packages of books to HMP Humber in the north of England, imminently. Also, the first packages for Feltham Young Offenders Institution in West London and Rikers Island in New York City. We want to uplift and inspire young people detained in secure institutions all across the world. That education is a practice of freedom, and we hope that these educational books and inspirational books will uplift these young people. This is on behalf of Blessed blessed are the peacemakers. You know, we're a movement that is supported by the Christian evangelist global church movement across the world, France, America, the UK, all across the world to Kuwait. We want to try and reconnect with these values of helping people, compassion, love, family, relationships. So, you know, the Blessed Are the Peacemakers movement, the Global Prison Book Donation Project, helping the homeless. We're not, you know, we don't have a power structure. We don't have a leader. You know, if you go and feed the homeless in Wisconsin or Vegas, you know, you're the leader. When Blackburn is packaging up books for children detained in secure accommodation, he's the leader. We're just a collective, unified body of people who try and uplift those less fortunate than ourselves. So I'm really pleased to get this thing moving, get it up and running, Addy.
Yeah.
I've been writing a lot. I've been digging deep within myself. I was kind of working like lots of hours reading, writing. I'm up to chapter 10 of my work, the IPP Diaries. The last two chapters, which are called Paradox and the Broken Heart of an Artist, and then I've written a first draft and second draft for chapter 11, which is Staff Culture. Yeah, that's what I've been up to, man.
Wow. Excuse me. Wow, that's awesome, man. And yeah, you touched on a lot there. That's definitely something I want to be a part of, Pepsi, is this book donation project. It was something that as soon as you said it, I was, you know, I was onto it. I actually I had an idea just very locally. I just called the bookstore, a couple bookstores, looking for, you know, stuff they were trying to get rid of to send to you, actually. But that was just like on a real micro level. But I love this idea of pushing it to like a global macro level. I think that's the way to think. That's the way that we should go about this. As we plan, you know, as a group, like you said, if there's no leader, so that's no you know, centralized power, so to speak, which I think is good, you know, because then it's more communal, and the goal is helping people, I think, at the end of the day. And what let's go into this George Floyd situation some more, Pepsi. And I'm curious, man, like how up to date are you on current events? Do you know what's going on pretty much as soon as they happen?
Yeah, I'm very much up to date with this situation. I've been, just like I said, completely transfixed by this George Floyd phenomena. I've been writing about it, reflecting on it. I've been reflecting and thinking deeply about the implication of it, the fact that we appear to have come full circle since the civil unrest in America in the 60s, and then in 68, the assassination of Martin Luther King. I was writing the last three chapters of the IPP Diaries. I've been writing about my kind of current reality, my present, with the journey that I've gone on inward, you know, with self-examination, self-reflection, the challenges with the injustice of the IPP sentence. But then I've been, you know, writing about things that have been happening currently, like the global pandemic, and then now George Floyd. So I've just been observing the situation and kind of incorporating it into my writing. And the address that I'm going to read out for you is at the end of this chapter that I've written, which is called The Broken Heart of an Artist. Yeah? So So this is kind of what I'm going to read to you is the end of that chapter, and then I'll wrap up and move on to the next chapter. But the common theme, the common denominator, the common thing that I've observed from this George Floyd phenomena is a pain, an expression of pain across the world from predominantly a kind of a collective of youth. It kind of appears to have triggered and electrified, this theme of pain of an oppressed people within demoralized society across multiple continents.
Yeah, definitely, Pepsi, and it does seem like there was just this angst and like collective subconscious, and it reminds me of the 1930s, Pepsi, in the 1920s, and it's excuse me, it's very scary. I'm gonna take a sip here while you respond.
Yeah, I mean, it's very prominent. It's very prominent. It's something that I've got some very unorthodox angles on, some unorthodox kind of approaches toward it.
Yeah, please share with us, Pepsi. Do you think that this is exclusively about race?
No, this is about human division, and the fact that we are quite naturally divided. It's about, if you kind of research the history of both the pre-modern and the modern human, our species has been blighted by human division, power struggles for land, and scapegoating of other communities and other subdivisions of our species. I've just been watching intently, about these kind of protests and the language that's used, and we're kind of victims, really, of our own kind of interconnected success, in a sense, Addy, because even just the wording, if you look beneath the wording of things, and the very wording of Black Lives Matter, or the very wording of Black and minority ethnics, from my viewpoint, it is quite divisive and kind of creates a divide between either or and for and against, and inferior and superior. That's kind of the way I look at it. This picture of the white National Guardsman and the Black activist, shaking hands and embracing, was kind of virally paraded across global digital media and alternative and mainstream media platforms as kind of a picture of unity. But I did not see unity in that picture. A picture or video communicates millions more times data than language, right? If you actually go and rewatch that and observe it, and observe it again and again, I can feel the energy of the division in cultures between those two men, the body language, the lack of eye contact, the resistance to the first handshake, the speediness of when they stopped embracing, and how quickly the National Guardsmen broke the embrace with no eye contact, zero eye contact, and looked away. So yeah, picture kind of it's a very, very interesting and powerful picture, which I kind of viewed as and looked at as the opposite of the way they were reporting it.
Yeah. For those who don't know Pepsi, can you just explain the historic or which picture you're referring to that you just
So
described?
there's a picture of a white National American Guardsman. I think initially he was on one knee in a display of peace to the activists, and the National White Guardsman ended up on his feet in dialogue with a black activist, and then they shook hands and embraced.
Okay,
And that
this was this week.
was paraded in the media as kind of a picture of unity.
Yeah, that was this week, Pepsi.
Yeah, I mean, like, that was a few days ago.
Okay.
A few days ago, yeah. We're talking about George Floyd. I can just drop you this address now, Eddie, if you want.
Yeah, give me 1 second, Pepsi, as I adjust here. So we're live with Pepsi Watson here, folks. And yeah, go ahead, Pepsi.
Yeah, thank you, Eddie. I really appreciate your time and effort to make this happen, and give me the opportunity to share my insight, really. And I hope by reading this, it might kind of help somebody somewhere, or have even a small contribution that's positive to society.
Definitely,
So
Pepsi.
this writing is called "I Have a Vision." Yeah, it's called "I Have a Vision." It's an extract from the IPP Diaries, chapter 10, "The Pain of a Broken Heart," the broken heart of an artist. Yeah, this is for George Floyd, and it's called "I Have a Vision." So this address is for people. Today is Saturday, the 6th of June, 2020. Today sees the 11th consecutive day of protest against the killing of George Floyd in cities all over America and beyond. This address is for the people, the civil rights movement across America, and George Floyd. I am man enough to admit at this time that I am indeed not absolute in my philosophies of geo-world politics, religions, or world criminal justice. I both further and review my works with rigor, with a complete and total open mind. It is during my darkest moments that I prophesize freely. I am grateful for my pain. I embrace my pain with skill and with courage, and in doing so, I prophesize freely. One thing I am certain of is that the prison state, is a microcosm of the society of that state. Everything I see and experience in prison is always reflective and representative of the wider society spectrum. After 26 years in the British criminal justice and penal system, I know my society well. What I see is a society in pain, a society in suffering, a society oppressed. I see millions suffering abuse, domestic abuse, addiction, depression, mental health, self-harm, suicide, discrimination and division. I see a society with no voice. Meek Mill knows his society well, knows the pain of America and its people. I applaud his endeavours with the penal reform movement in the United States of America. We know our societies well. We understand the pain. We know your pain. What I observe is a demoralised society, broken and fractured. I observe a society that has lost its way and is lacking in faith, demoralised, hurting. So it is what we do with our pain and how and where we channel that pain that will determine our futures and ultimately our destiny as a species. Do not think the oppressor knows of your pain. He only knows power, monetary riches, greed and land. But you are blessed. Your pain is where the treasure is. The killing of George Floyd has showcased the power imbalance of world criminal justice systems. World criminal justice systems which protect the rich and powerful while disproportionately punishing, demonizing and criminalizing the oppressed. The killing of George Floyd has also shined a light from the heavens upon the very real postmodern age geopolitical climate of human division, inequality and oppression amongst the 7.7 billion world populace. We are at this time heading dangerously close toward a 21st century new world order where inequality rules supreme. A 21st century new world order which may speedily manifest into a one world government in which population control will be a realistic and dangerous possibility. Prominent thinkers have spoken about a one world government. Einstein advocated the notion, proposing America, Russia, Britain and France to lead. I am skeptical for a unilateral one world government will surely be at this time the ultimate victory for the oppressor. I am more inclined to lean toward a one world movement where pure-hearted, pure-spirited men and women mass expedite self-made altruistic structures and mechanisms within world societies to the point where the necessary evil of elected world nation government services and institutions and policies are no longer required. Zuckerberg has displayed some promise. The oppressor has slaughtered, killed and ruled far into history. As a species, we have explored and populated the earth, from the tropics of Africa and Eurasia to Australia and New Guinea 50,000 years ago, to Europe, Siberia, North and South America 10,000 years ago. In the modern age, mankind explored the oceans. America has formulated a space force to protect both its national interests and to protect against any existential threats. Elon Musk now sends passenger rockets to space. Geography sets ground rules for the biological and cultural evolution of a species, as well as influencing and shaping modern political history. Land, power struggles and scapegoating fuel mass killing, human division and genocide amongst both the pre-modern and modern species. There were wars of the Greeks and Trojans, the Romans and the people of an African colony. Christian crusaders massacred the Muslims and Jews of Jerusalem in 1099. French Catholics massacred French Protestants in 1572. White Australians have slaughtered dark-skinned Tasmanians. The Soviet government killed 66 million of its own citizens between 1917 and 1959. Since the Second World War between 1950 and the 1990s alone, there have been near 20 world genocides. Bangladesh, 71, Cambodia in the late 70s. Both of these genocides claimed over 1 million lives. In 1994, 800,000 were slaughtered in Rwanda. since 1998, divisional genocide warfare in the Democratic Republic of Congo has amassed a human death toll of 2.5 million. The threatened killing and human division within our species and ancestors forms the makeup of our heritage, our biology, and our DNA. Technology, advanced communications, and power in numbers have driven mass human death tolls up into the tens and hundreds of millions in the modern era. The idea or notion that this course of human evolution, this cause and effect determinism, can and will be eliminated with the employment of an African-American police chief in a specific city is a grave misunderstanding. We exist in a world within a universe governed by the laws of cause and effect. Artificial intelligence is rapidly advancing cause and effect at a frightening pace amongst our species. Global digital media live feeds amass 5 million views within minutes. The killing of a black man offends and electrifies near an entire race across multiple continents within 60 minutes. One single tweet from a world leader or social media influencer reaches the individual consciousness of 70 million people in under a second. Language and culture divide us. Enjoy a practice with free will and complete freedom within a society. That same person can board a plane and travel for only a few hours and be killed for the same practice within a different society. World domineering cultures and their respective superpower cultural practices are not born from a place of unity and in fact reinforce division, for they are instead born from a place of military and economic strength. World superpower cultures do not promote unity, altruism, or long-term human survival. They threaten it. The ultimate price to be paid for the war-mongering, oppression, aggression, and human division amongst our species will undoubtedly be the Armageddon of our world. We are in a race against time. Therefore, mankind must aspire toward a one-world culture of altruism. Zuckerberg, Musk, Branson, Google, and Amazon must reevaluate and reassess their priorities and must engineer the technological mechanisms to promote and embody within our species a universal world language. A universal world language will be possible within one generation by expediting the bandwidth speed between digital interface and human brain merging. Yes, as Stephen Hawking prophesized, critical to the survival of mankind as a species is to colonize the planets and the moons. We applaud Musk and we will colonize the planets and the moons. We will colonize all 67 of Jupiter's moons. We will attain singularity and human intelligence will be 1,000, 10,000, 1 millionth of a pinhead. We will consume the matter within our universe and we shall, for the first time in 4 billion years, take complete control of our destiny as a species. But we must not miss the critical important condition in realizing this destiny, which is the need to reconnect with our voyage inward, to transcend the mental screen, the veil of matter, or the physical or material world in which we continue to exist in division. The only way possible to eliminate the human division that will inevitably become the Armageddon of our world is to manipulate, compromise, even eradicate cause and effect. The voyage inward leads to the eradication of cause and effect, to infinity, to the luminous spiritual kingdom where there is no division, no separation, no racism, no chaos, no war, no time, no space. The skillful manner in which our species can realize and take ownership of our destiny is to meet head-on singularity with a one-world universal culture of altruism and pureness, which can only be discovered within ourselves. We don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. We change the world by first changing ourselves. This is the responsibility of our time. This is the ultimate challenge of the 21st century Earth, world, human species. This responsibility, the responsibility of our altruistic futures, is not the responsibility of the oppressor. The lifeblood of the oppressor is greed. This responsibility exists in the heart and in the inward oceans of this generation of the entire Earth's children. The killing of George Floyd has ignited the fire of a pain of an entire world of abandoned youth. You must skillfully channel your pain, and the key to your success are to be found with your collective, interconnected voyage inward. It is a choice whether you decide to remain oppressed or whether you rise with graciousness, courage, and dignity. Those who are gracious and dignified in the face of injustice, inequality, and oppression shall shine like the noonday sun eternal. So display your skill by standing in solidarity, in peace, in forgiveness with the police officers responsible for the killing of George Floyd. Stand in solidarity, in peace, and in forgiveness with the families and with the children and with the friends of the police officers responsible for the killing of George Floyd while the wheels of justice turn. For the police officers are not your oppressor. Your oppressors are the rulers of a people who slaughter in the name of power, greed, land, and evil. Be skillful. You must channel your pain inward and into your works, your education, the arts, the sciences. You must do so with rigor, with skill, with conviction and determination. Education is the practice of freedom and will free you from the devilish chains of the oppressor. You must embark on this path collectively as one, united, not two, divided. You must entirely lose yourself in your works, your endeavors, your activism, your education. Never underestimate your potential as the sublime thinking animal, and never underestimate the power of forgiveness in balancing the scales of justice with the oppressor. Dr. Martin Luther King talked about the importance of a people utilizing their power to tackle the power imbalance of world criminal justice systems, to use this power to deconstruct and reconstruct criminal justice systems which oppress. This power is your pain. This power is your pain. The oppressor does not know your pain, can never know your pain, does not feel your pain, but it is in your pain that we are united. The killing of George Floyd has electrified and ignited our pain and the pain of a 7-continent earth world of children who are hurting. So I am calling upon all new breed, youth-led social justice activists and movements across all red and blue states across the entire nation of America and the Americans. I am calling upon all new breed, current generation, youth-led social justice activists and movements across the entirety of the continent of Asia, the United Kingdom, the Middle East, Ireland, Vladimir Putin's Russia, Africa, and the continent of Europe. I am calling upon children and young people across all 7 continents of the earth. My message to you is separate to live, unite to fight, rise, confront your pain and utilize your power. And may the killing of George Floyd be the trigger for a new breed 21st century youth-led civil rights movement, the scale of which this world has never seen before and will never see again. May your movement and momentum shape the corridors of power of all elected democratic and non-democratic world nation governments. And may your movement and momentum strike the fear of God into the hearts of the oppressor. May your movements be swift like the lightning, your dedication devastating as fire, your march calm like the forests, and like the mountain resting firm in the storm. May your unity and presence of mind be impenetrable to the oppressor. A warrior's greatest weapon is his mind. Do not allow your mind to settle into static positions. Adapt to the landscape. Remain in constant motion. Be like the water, adapting its shape, smoothing boulders, never stopping, never the same. May your movements and momentum overwhelm your respective world nation governments with waves and waves and waves of your truth, your pain, your forgiveness, power, and your education in the name of justice, equality, and freedom. Your pain troubles me greatly, but you are blessed, for blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And blessed is the man who has suffered, he has found life. I know suffering, my pain runs very deep. I have been to hell, I have been there many times. I confirm it suffocates you, drains the life from you, takes from you everything good about you. The air in hell is very thick. I've been to the mountaintop too. I'm standing on it right now. from my prison cell on 23-hour lockdown, detained indefinitely with no right to release, I confirm the air is very sweet. To my front, I can see 4 steel prison bars. I can see, just to my right, the tall, grey, dull, barbed wire fence. But I see far, far beyond this, because the view from the mountaintop is inward. The view from the mountaintop is a vastness beyond the senses, beyond consciousness, beyond mind, beyond the physical, and beyond the vision. The glorious view from the mountaintop is inward, and amongst this vastness, this pureness, this joy, this narrowness, this penetrating intelligence, this is where you will discover the keys to the kingdom. Your biggest barrier in overcoming the oppressor and reaching the kingdom is yourselves. I have discovered my toughest enemy, and he is I. If we do not overcome ourselves, our world is doomed. Luther King Jr. had a dream. It's okay to dream. Some come true, many do not. I know I may die the physical death young, I prophesize freely. But that is okay, because I have a vision. My vision is for this generation of the world's children, all the world's children, to realise a one-world altruistic culture where the entire of this world species can realise an altruistic world, solar system and galaxy as one. This is how we uplift mankind as a species, all of mankind as a species, no matter their mistakes or separations. And this is how we honour the memory of George Floyd, Eric Garner, Rodney King, Mark Duggan, Stephen Lawrence, Zahid Mubarak, Khalif Browder, Charlie Noakes and Tommy Nichol. This is how we honour the memory of the 115 million African blacks killed in the slave trade and the hundreds of millions more slaughtered by the hand holding the sword of the bloodthirsty oppressor. And this is how we honour the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King and all of the prophets that came before him in the name of justice, equality and freedom. So no matter your pain, your suffering, your hurt, as you march calm like the forest, walk tall in faith, with your head held high, hand in hand with the spirit of the universe, with confidence, with dignity, with grace and in peace. May your march, your peace, be the example to the oppressor, your neighbour, your world, your future, and know always that you are always, always loved. For God is one, and gods are two, are dual, are for and against, while God is one, is whole, no division, no either or, pure. God is ocean, forests, birds and tigers. God is mountain, the skies, the Jupiter moons and the raindrop. She dissolved herself in her own creation. God is world, God is creation, God is you. But the kingdom is within you, but without you. This is the wisdom. I hope you make it there with me. Pepsi Watson, peace, brother.
Wow.
So it's kind of like, it's just where we're at. It's where I'm at. It's people are talking about Luther King Jr. So I incorporated his wisdoms into that work. Thanks for letting me share that with you, Addy. I love you. I love your mother. I love your family. I love your friends. I love America. I love everyone in it. I implore you, to continue with your work, your activism. You have the whole world at your feet. The rest of your life ahead of you. You're young. Push yourself, challenge yourself. Aspire to be the best version of you can of yourself that you can be. Every day, and just keep hitting them heights, brother.
Thanks, Pepsi. I just wanted to say thank you first for that. Those eloquent words you shared. You definitely have a gift in oratory, Pepsi, and I know I've told you this before, but I do think it's a talent that you have, and you're honing it into a skill that can be used to change the world. And I do have to admit, there was a couple moments in there that I got really emotional when I was just really present in the moment and just listening to what you were saying. And I want to thank you as well, Pepsi, for being a mentor to me and someone I can learn from as well. You collaborated and became a colleague of mine, and you didn't have to do that, and you helped me out in that way, and I'll always be grateful for that. So I just wanted to thank you on behalf of not only myself but everyone listening to this right now, whether it's live or recorded at a different time as well. They send their love and thanks to you as well, Pepsi. The energy you put out into the universe, it's going to do nothing but attract positivity into your life and to other people's lives as well. So I just wanted to let you know those things.
Oh no, excuse me. No, I'm touched. They're lovely, beautiful words. And what struck me about those words was what you said quite early on in your response there, Ali, was where you spoke about when I was talking and how it touched your heart, and what I was saying, and when I was speaking is the language of my heart. So to connect with your heart, thousands of miles away, to the point where we're both feeling the emotion. That's just incredible. That just really is incredible. And I repeat and I say it again. This is the top of the mountain, brother. There is no division here. This is the top. The air is very sweet. We're connecting with that love. Which conquers this division, and because we are one and pure. We're not two. We're not for and against. We're not either or. This is the wisdom. So it's lovely to hear those words, and I'm touched, and I thank you for that. What you said, man.
Definitely, Pepsi. No doubt, and there's a lot of people who want to hear from you, and I think that need to hear from you during these really crazy times that we're living in. It does seem like, and I said this yesterday, it seems like we're in a revolution right now.
Yeah, I mean, the rise of the people against the oppressor, the rise, like I was saying in my words, the rise of an entire earth world of youth, an entire entire generation of abandoned and oppressed, youth who are hurting. This rise is with the advances and where we're at with artificial intelligence and artificial super intelligence in a postmodern digital world. This is something that a world leader or one human brain or even human brains combined just doesn't appear to be able to stop at this time.
Yeah, definitely. And did you want to go into, because I do agree with you. I think this is not about race solely. I think race is a factor in all of this, but I think it's being used to divide us even more. And I do think that it is about the few oppressing the many and the rich oppressing the poor. So, Pepsi? What's up, people? So Pepsi ran out of credit. I hope you enjoyed this interview with Pepsi Watson live from prison at HMP The Mount in England. This is ads. Addy ads. Attican, YouTube's chosen one. Signing off.